Hey everybody, it's Andy here, aka Montolio. We're back for a vintage challenge today, and we're going to be playing some blue-black Lurrus good stuff. We got 3 stock ups, 3 flow states, so we're giving up a little bit of our control package to be able to have access to these big spells. And the idea is we're just going to have critical mass of cards and overwhelm our opponents with the same creature suite that we have in Dimir Lurrus Control in 4 Bowmasters, Psychic Frog, and a Lurrus. Now, I took a list like this to a 5-0 yesterday, and the list went undefeated, and I saw a slice of the metagame. However, one of the deficiencies I think this deck has is that if it's on the draw, that we are vulnerable to just dying to things like jewels and one rings and the fast combo decks out there before we can actually get established. So I changed my list just a tiny bit. I took out a Tamio and I put on a Flusterstorm, and I took out a stock up and I put in a Mindbreak Trap. This is going to give us the allure of a little bit more control in our deck, for better or for worse. And Flow State was pretty good yesterday. If you didn't watch that video, I recommend you do so, despite I played quite poorly in spots. The Flow State was reasonably easy to set up, and that you had an instant and a sorcery in the yard. Now, this deck does not boast a lot of sorceries in it, but we do have enough of them that if we're resolving a stock up, a treasure cruise, time walk, demonic tutor, Gataxian probe, we still can just cast a flow state in itself and get 1 card out of it, despite it's a very poor impulse at that stage. It's still fine, especially if we're in a difficult situation where we need to find a card. It just digs deeper. Now, I think there's a room there. You can make this multiple ways. You could cut the stock ups altogether, be putting things like Ponders and Lone Reveals in the deck. It's all just fine. This deck can cast both of them. I'm opting for a little bit of control today, and we'll see how that ends working out, but I may try something different later on. I think Bauble is a card that I'm somewhat questioning its value in this deck. I know it's just a Lurrus engine, but perhaps we don't need that. I'm not sure, but I'm going to keep the Bauble. It can just put you ahead in certain circumstances. I still have a very robust mana base with 17 lands, and I did take out the Swamp to accommodate other cards in the deck, but I think that's okay. And we still have the Time Twister Bowmaster combo, and yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about it, guys. We've got a little bit of um, powerful things, we've got mid-range things, and we've got control things in the deck, and we just need it to coalesce in the right way, and I think it's a really good deck. Sideboard, once again, I've got a real mix-mash of stuff. I am opting, I think one of the weaknesses of this deck would be initiative. We don't have a ton of counter magic in the deck to be able to stop them, and something like a Clarion Conquer really hurts this deck, and I am opting to a lot of my removal moving towards that. So snuff outs, we got a Soul Rend, which I rarely play, Long Goodbye, Momentum Breaker, and a Fatal Push. Of note, I do not have 4 Fatal Pushes. For better or for worse, I'm looking for the versatility of being able to attack some bigger creatures in the deck, and of course I am targeting white initiative. I think if I was to cut a piece, it would probably be Soul Rend, but Soul Rend is fairly easily castable in this deck with all the Moxen, so I don't think the tax is the same as it would be like Blue-Black Lurrus Control, because you have to fully tap out for this. And this one, we have faster mana to be able to spur something like that out. I've got a Mindbreak Trap, 2 Consign. I have direct help with combo and consign obvious applications. And got a bit of graveyard hate here. We're trying to go over the top of them and be able to search for our pieces. So we are a little bit light, but we do have a Yixla Jailer. And we've got a Grafter's Cage, 2 Nihil between the main and the side, and Torment Crypt and Tabernacle. Appreciate you hanging out, guys. Please do like, comment, subscribe. I'll try and get back to everybody. And yeah, we're going to see you in round 1, see how we do. Okay, guys, here we are in round 1. We've drawn Wizard. We did not win the die roll, unfortunately. We don't have any counter magic, but if they are dredge, we do have a Wasteland. I think this is fine. It is indeed bizarre. Can I time walk here? I don't think I have the luxury of doing that. Hopefully they don't have a second bazaar here. They do have a noxious, unfortunately. I cannot stop it. I feel like I've really been having some difficult luck with my opponents and having double bazaar recently. It's just the deck is just so versatile that way. It's very, very hard to combat it. Yep, which brings an amalgam, which is tough. Well, I think we're going to attempt a time walk, guys. It's just the world we're living in. And we're just dead if they have a counter here, but they didn't. And let's see if we can get into a Nihil Spell Bomb. Okay. I bricked. Another amalgam. I'm not too alarmed by game one. If this was Demir Lurrus control, I feel like we might have had a better chance against this, but I mean, it's just going to come back, but we need to mitigate as much damage as possible. Could potentially see a consign, perhaps a snuff out come in. So 63 cards. Probably will cut a bauble. I don't mind the card draw off the bauble, but I don't think it's really what we're wanting to do. Okay. Yeah, probably losing this one, but yeah, best dredger too. Jeez. All right. Well, we're gonna need some help off the top here. That does constitute help for sure. I guess let's see if we can get it in. Hmm. I think I like being aggressive here. They do have it. Okay. 2 cards in hand. All right. We should be able to rebound here as long as they don't find a bizarre. Unreal, guys. Unreal. Oh my goodness. This is going to be tough. We're going to need a bit of help here, I think, unfortunately. Next turn I can jump. Ooh, that's a good one. Do I Ancestral here and try and hit a land? I think I do. Oh, Bowmaster was so good, guys. I think I'm going to do it now. And just by the Bowmaster was really nice because it buys me time. Now, the Yixo Jailer is causing me some difficulty here because I want to get some stuff out of my graveyard. But I need to get the Lurrus in hand first. Okay, that's good. Likely looking for a hollow one here. And they did find one. That is unfortunate for me. Okay. I don't like bringing Snuff Out in, but I feel like it might be a necessary evil to be able to combat hollow ones early in the game. I like stock up, but I feel like it's really slow. Maybe just a momentum breaker. Get some residual life. It's a fast Lurrus. Yep. I don't have an answer for Bazaar currently, but I have a chance of being able to resolve a spell bomb. The problem here is I feel like I need to protect my Nihil spell bomb. I have to let it resolve. I'm not thrilled about it, but I guess what I need to do here is I should play around Mindbreak Trap if I'm able to. I guess my question is how greedy can I be around the Soul Ring? I really, really do want it in play here. I just think I have to take a gamble. Like if they've got traps and stuff, that's just, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to snuff this thing out. And of course they see this coming a mile away, but I mean, what am I going to do? It's just in. If they have a force of will here, it is unfortunate. Smartly bring it in, but of course I can't really react here yet. Luckily they did not hit another dredger, which is good for me. That is brutal, a double Bazaar. So they are likely going to be able to juke me here at some point. Ooh, that was good. Yep. So they will be able to bring their Icarid back here. I think I can. If they tap out, Obviously, I'll do it. I think I'll just take the 3 here. Next turn, I'm going to be able to bring the spell bomb back if Lurrus resolves. They had a pretty good hit there. I will be forced to do it here. So if they stack correctly, then they did. So I got burned a bit here, but there's not much I can do about it. And they're going to tap now and try and get their stuff in. No. Okay. Okay, that's not too bad. They got a Narcomoeba. I am at 8 life, so it kind of sucks a bit, but they get their Icarid back. All right, we should be okay here. They're now going for hollow ones. Do I even care about any of this? I don't think so, guys. I mean, I can get rid of these things by playing a Tabernacle. Hmm. I mean, they're gonna with the Tabernacle in play. Like, I'm just not as scared. Eight. I don't really want to lose any life here. They can double dredge on me. It's fine. All right. Okay, guys, here we are in round 2. Won the die roll, which is nice. I think Ecoscuro has some range. I know them predominantly as an Oath player, but we are seeing them here on Lurrus, and I believe they've been playing Esper Lurrus Control. And this is a reasonable hand. Okay. They have one land. Um, I don't think I'm going to play around with Wasteland here. I think I'm going to get an Undercity Sewers. Hopefully they don't have an Ancestral off the top. I do think I want the land. Now, I hope they do not have another land here because me setting up my Twister is going to be hard here. I mean, I'm probably not winning that battle anyways, but I don't think I play a Bowmaster here. I think the Bauble will incite them to try and Bowmaster me because they know I'm going to draw another card, but they might not. I mean, they know I know. So it looks like they found another land here. And here's the Bowmaster. So I think what I'm going to do, now they do have a Swords here too. I don't really want to turn their negations on. I think I just go to the upkeep here. I have a pretty good chance of being able to win this fight here. Force of Will. Well, I'm going to force back. Or am I? I mean, I don't know. Twister's pretty strong. I'm drawing another card here. I mean, Twister's not really a viable option here. So they've gotten rid of a Force of Will and a negation here. I think I fight back. Okay, hopefully they missed land here. Another Bowmaster. Yeah, that is good. If they miss a mana here, it's pretty good for me, though. Damn. They're going to dig. So next turn, they can actually time walk here, or dig through time. I think I just have to hope that I can find something off the top here. Obviously, I wish I got rid of the Twister and not the other Spell Pierce here. Okay. It's not perfect because I know they have the swords, and I really have to hope that they can't punish me here. I'm going to just let their thing trigger here. It's a wasteland, okay. They can kill my orc here. Yeah. I'm going to need a bit of luck here to be able to stop this dig through time, because that dig is not going to be good for me. Did I miss a card here somewhere? Like, would they be holding a Bowmaster? Don't think so. The incidental life gain here is pretty decent. Here's the dig. I cannot stop it. Swords. Yep. Cannot stop that. Do think I'm going to trade here. All right, we need some help here. That is good help. So Lurrus likely to hand here. So we are now looking for a force of will or removal. So we are very close to losing this now. Like flow state, stock up, the land was really bad there. Yep. I don't think I want to thin here. A little late. I probably will counter one of the Bowmasters trying to buy time here. I probably should have played my land so they can't waste me off the force. But yep. Flooded a little bit, I think. The good news is I don't think they think I'm anything other than Lurrus Frog. And so there's a chance Stony Silence won't end up coming out of the sideboard next game. They're hiding around my Bowmaster here, which I love. I don't want to show them the Soul Ring because I don't want them to get suspicious. Now, they might know my list from yesterday. I don't know. I did post it and put up a video, but All right. Don't really feel like Twister's what I want in this matchup. I'll try this out. Hmm. Okay. Kind of spinning my tires a bit here. I mean, Relic or Nihil Spell Bomb can be good in the mirror, but what I like about this is I have the Mox, typically very powerful in a matchup, a mirror, and of course we are trying to move towards some of the bigger spells in our deck. I don't know that we need to play a Relic out here. Hold up double counter spell. I will go get an Undercity Sewer, despite I'm a little bit reluctant to get my land wastelanded. I think it's our hand is weak enough that we need to do that. It's probably okay. So Momentum Breaker is very good against Psychic Frog, but is notoriously bad against Bullmaster. Okay. Let's see what they do here. Okay, that worked out really well for me. Because I think there's a reasonable chance we're going to win this fight. A bit awkward. I would like to double waste them, but I have to hold up Spell Pierce, unfortunately. Would be just purely greedy for me to lock them out of the game with okay. Well, as it turns out, I could have, but 4 cards in hand. So I am somewhat reluctant to cast the stock up, so I don't think I'm going to, guys. If they have a Bowmaster, it's a bit of a bummer. I do have to also watch here for a dig or something like that, but mana-wise, I should be able to counter it. Duel. All right, we're in a holding pattern here. Unfortunate we've missed there. We desperately need to find another blue source here. Now I'm going to do it. If it eats a spell pierce, it sucks, but so that was kind of worst case scenario, as we got time walked and now my opponent gets to untap with the duel. So we hope we don't get punished here. I mean, that sequence was not lost on us, but we have to hope we don't get buried here. Okay, Lavinia is actually pretty good. I need a land. Oh, okay. I mean, this is not the end all be all. My stock up is looking bad here, but I can kill this if I find a fetch or a black source. That window has now passed. I do need to remove their graveyard. I do think I'm going to wasteland here. I should have done that. Remove their. Good news is I have a blue Mox here. The bad news is that I can't seem to find land, and I am losing this game. It's a battle of who can find land here first. Yep, Saga's a good one. Oh, this is just horrific. I have 17 lands. They probably will force here, but they might not. Okay. See what they get. Hopefully they did not find a land. I knew they could pay the Pierce, but this is an attrition play. I guess we can ambush this thing. Okay. Yep. Land. Cannot cast it. We need a land, guys. Damn it. So bad for me. Yep. Okay, that's not bad. Now, if they have a Swords to Plowshares here, it's very bad for me. They did not swords me, so I don't think they have one. Now, they can draw a card off their Nihil Spell Bomb to make their frog bigger than mine. Oh, they just have removal. Yep, okay. Can't stop that. Like, it's turn 14 and I have one land. And I acknowledge that I've used 3 strip effects here, but I'm going to discard some stuff. Bit frustrating. Lavinia has just been inordinately good in this particular circumstance. It took me like 4 turns to find a blue-black source, or black source specifically, but yeah, it just like never came together for me. Yeah, they're going a bit deeper here. They can kill me next turn. They can kill me here. If they draw with the spell bomb, they can kill me. Ecoscuro is reasonably new to the Esper Lurrus control builds, and you can see it because their time is quite down. This is a very common occurrence when you play these types of decks. You can get into time trouble, particularly when you're new to the deck. Yep. I'm glad they did that because I stay alive for another turn. I guess insofar as that I am officially dead now. I don't have the out of drawing a removal spell for it. Exactos. Okay, guys, here we are in round 3. Let's see if we can have a rebound after that one. So we're very likely playing against mono white initiative. Now this hand has one of our rare removal spells in the main. I could, hypothetically, they go about their business here. They cast their spell. I fatal push. I time walk. This is very suspect keep. I have to pray that they don't have a Chancellor here. If they do, it's pretty bad for me. They do have a Chancellor, naturally. And they are on the play. I thought I was on the play. Well, I'm not playing very well tonight, obviously. This is an unacceptable mistake from me. Okay. Can I find a Mox? All right, guys. They did forge. Okay. We have to pray they don't find something here. Hopefully they keep Karn on top. I'd be pretty happy if they did. Okay, time of trial. They did find something. Oops, what am I doing? Too bad. That would be so welcome here. I guess let's time walk. Kind of need a Bowmaster here. Yeah, Voidmere really crushing me here. Okay. The good news is we do get significantly better post board. We're bringing in a lot of removal. I think the other trap is a card that I'm more interested in on the draw. My man is a bit awkward here. Don't have any removal. Not a great hand, but has potential. No Chancellor. Oh boy, wish I had Spell Pierce up there. Yep. Gonna cast it. I don't have the luxury of not doing that. Gonna crash in. Wow, lucky. Fatal Push was nice there. Okay, so I do think we want the trap. I guess the question is, like, how defensive do we really want to be? Like, is there a world where we want something like a negation to be able to stop a Moxen? Like, it might be reasonable. I do think Spell Pierce is definitely weaker on the draw. Let's try this. It'd be really nice to catch them with a trap here. Can I wasteland them here? Could cripple them. Oh no. Anything but the cavern there would have been great. All right. I can't counter that. I could just cast a Psychic Frog. I am somewhat worried about getting my black source removed here. They're likely to go into the Forge here. I think I'm going to play a Psychic Frog. Looking for 2 bottom here would be nice. Yep. Don't want to see a Cleric. I'm really hoping that I can counter this play to take some pressure off. They did not attack. Do I want to take that cavern away now? Do I want to cast a second Psychic Frog? I think so. Nice. Okay, wow, that was close, guys. Was not feeling good there, but our uh, our frogs ended up coming through for us. We kept a bit of a weaker hand, but I mean, this was just very typical blue black frog, Demir control. We didn't really do anything else that was fast. It's kind of funny because the last couple games that we played, we have not seen any of the turbo in our deck. It's just been very much the control package. Okay, guys, here we are in round 4 playing Mayhem DJ. We did not win the die roll, and unfortunately, Mayhem DJ is playing a deck that requires an answer on turn 1 in Jewel or Raker, is what they audible towards recently. But let's see if there's a companion revealed. It appears they did get a 5-0 today with Jewel, and that is a feel-good feeling and can make one play that deck. And of course, Jewel is very good, so we'll see. Okay, we do have a Force of Will here. And Double Bowmaster is quite strong against Jewel. Now, this hand does require some help, but I'm not going to complain. And there's no guarantee that my Force of Will is going to be good here, but that's the hope. Do I force this? No. So this is their coveted Jewel they're going to try and play. Now, I wouldn't mind drawing a Force of Negation. A stock up would be beautiful. A Wasteland would be nice. A Waste Effect to Strip Mine. Time Twister. Spell Pierce, perhaps. A lot of good hits. That is not one of them. Just be proactive here. I could get tricky, but I don't think it's necessary. Just a one ring. Yeah. It is in. Yeah, we got a game here. Psychic Frog. How do I feel about Psychic Frog? I don't really want Psychic Frog. I cannot attack. Unbelievable. I've got 2 Fatal Pushes in my deck, guys. And that's what I drew. Oh, in succession. That's fairly low prevalence, but it's a Metamorph. So flow state was not on there. So we're playing against Jewel. We have some decent tools there. So their most recent build are big boys, Masticore and Worm Coils. So I don't think our Fatal Pushes are doing much here. I could see a world where we need Snuff Out. I think Flusterstorm is not very good. So we don't have a lot of removal for creatures of that size. I am definitely missing my seal of removal. I feel like Mental Misstep is a pretty bad card against Jewel in general. Like it does hit some key cards like Vexing Bauble, and maybe it's just better than a Probe. We've got to cut one more. Okay. I mean, it's a little mana heavy, but once again, turn one Bowmaster with Force backup and to boot a Mindbreak Trap, that could be pretty good. Not perfect. Like once again, a tiny bit land heavy, but you know, I am so tempted to counter these, but I've got to let it in. Do I let this in? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's what I was somewhat concerned about here. So now I'm faced with the decision of wastelanding them off their ability to use Grim Monolith here, and or holding up Force. Next turn, if I draw an untapped land, I can wasteland. Yeah, so it looks like they didn't have another land, so I might have been punished for that decision. Interesting. I am having regrets. about letting that resolve, but I mean, interesting. Tinker. So I can't let it resolve. Like if it was a jewel, no, can't do that even. Okay, so what do I want to pitch here? Mindbreak Trap is what I'm going to pitch. Am I going to keep Force of Will? I think it has to be Force of Will because of a creature. Okay. Huh, funny enough, that's not bad. I can take both their lands here. And just Bowmaster. Or do I Lurrus? No, we're going to Bowmaster. This still allows me to force if I find a blue card next turn and I choose to go that route. Okay. Well, we're vulnerable. Hopefully they don't find anything here. See, I don't think I mind this because it speeds up. The kill here. So they can pay by untapping their Mana Crypt. Yep. Land. That does work. Actually, it doesn't. I can't cast Frog. They've conceded. All right, nice win for us there. Okay, guys, here we are in round 5. We're running a Jumba. We're unfortunately on the draw against Jewel. Yeah, very similar to last time we were playing against Jewel. We have an opener with Mindbreak Trap, Force, and a turn 1 Bowmaster. And I don't know that we can do a whole lot better than this. Obviously, Fatal Push is suboptimal, but I'm going to keep this. We'll see if they're just gonna, okay, they are gonna keep going here. Strong hand for sure. PO. Okay, very strong turn from our opponent. My shields are down here, unfortunately. Let's hope they do not have any gas. Saga is very good here. And they've gone right into, what is this? A ring? Another PO. Yep, very strong start from our opponent. That's about as good as Jewel ever does. Too bad we didn't have another blue card instead of the push. Yep. Okay. Very strong hand from my opponent. Bobble is a maybe here. I do feel like Misstep is so mediocre. But it does hit key spells, though. Don't think I want Twister. That's 60. Flusterstorm is pretty mediocre. Do I keep a Misstep? Okay, let's try this out, guys. When I say key spells, like really what the Misstep will hit is Vexing Bauble, Soul Ring, Mana Vault, and Manifold Key. A little bit awkward, but I wish I had a Black Mox there or a black producing land, but I feel like it's worth it. Just savage, man. I'm pretty disappointed right now. Like, we just really have not had an opportunity to play in this game. Yep. Okay. So we have a myriad of coverage here. We've got creatures covered. We've got a artifact covered, and we do have a bowmaster, which is strong. Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't have PO covered very well. Yeah, this is a PO. So it's pretty bad if I let it resolve. I'm hoping they just cast a Masticore. Like, cast something like a Defense Grid and a Masticore. One ring. So this is game. They just get a time bolt, right? Yep. All right. Well, I don't think we're going to top 8 now. Yeah, like, this is one of the things I've identified with this list. Like, when you're on the draw against really high powered plays from Jewel opponents, it's this deck is just not strong enough to compete. And I don't even know that my control list would beat something like this. Like, I felt this hand was all right, and we had an answer for everything, but they just completely went over the top of us. Like their hand was like, you know, a top 10% hand that you're going to see out of Jewel. And we lost to Jewel badly both times today. Okay, guys, here we're in round 6. My opponent has some experience with Doomsday. I think this is a pretty reasonable hand against Doomsday. As a matter of fact, it's very good if they're playing against Doomsday. If we're playing against Doomsday. Now we are on the draw. Okay, this is not Doomsday. Is this initiative? Feels like it. Could be Jewel. Okay. It's Raker. Okay. Little bit of an awkward hand from me, but we're going to have to kill that Saga. We can't leave that. Misstep is reasonable in against Raker. They have a lot of 1-drops. Okay. I just in good conscience cannot force a Sensei's top here. We're just too far behind. If we do. Once again, a pretty strong start from my opponent here. Being on the draw in these matchups is just so hard. Okay, we do need another land here. This is a window for us. We need a blue or black source here, guys. Not a good draw, unfortunately. Yeah, not good. We just faltered on land here a little bit too long. And that's a good draw. So we really want to fade a ring here. Okay, Karn. That's pretty bad for me. I can't even kill it here. I guess if they search, I can. But I don't want to be facing down a Masticore or Worm Coil. It's bad for me. Oh, that's so good for me. Really? Okay, this is going to hurt their ability to cast their spells here. Hopefully. Okay, they are going in. Let's see what they find. Ooh, portable hole. Brutal. Okay. That's really tough. Mm-hmm. It is indeed a ring. Okay. Probably should have directed it at them. I can't actually take their graveyard, and I don't really want to take my graveyard. I am going to do it now in case I find a Bowmask. I guess I can respond to their trigger here. Because if I find another Bowmaster, it's very powerful. I mean, they have a mitt full. Brutal. Tezzeret would suck here. Okay, that I can live with. Is it a raker? It is indeed Tezzeret. Okay, well, that is good. It's a lot of cards drawn. Well, my opponent is going to take 4 damage in their upkeep. Let's draw a Bowmaster here. Force of Will would be nice. Bowmaster. Flow State's not bad either. Oh, I don't have a sorcery in my yard. I guess it has to be Flow State. Looking for a force, I guess. Yes, Spell Pierce. Puts them to 2. They can't really tap the ring. They have 1, 2, 3. Yep. Looking for another ring here, but I have a Pierce. I have exactly enough for, yeah. All right. So they do have a substantial amount of creatures. Once again, very interesting. I'm just not seeing any turbo hands. I'm really have felt like I am playing blue-black Lurrus control here. Probably can get rid of that. Drop a stock up. Don't think there's a time twister match. All right. Maybe cutting Soul Ring is correct when I'm cutting down on stock ups. As a matter of fact, I don't know that Soul Ring is really that good in this deck. I can't keep this hand. Disappointed to keep it, but depends on what type of hand my opponent has. Like, hopefully they just go turn one Argenta Mastercore. That's what we're looking for. Then I can just play a land pass, have them discard a card. Interesting. Okay, that's a card I can pitch. What a peculiar play. 7 mana on turn 1 and pass. I have to gamble they don't have a ring. I feel like if they had one, they would have played it turn 1. Unless they were literally playing around my break drop and just decided to pass the whole turn. But we're taking some gambles this game. We just don't have any choice. Okay. We survived that turn. I think I have to go get Ancestral Recall here and just hope my opponent doesn't have anything. What happens if I get Black Lotus? Does that do anything? No. All right. Like, I do question that. Like, I don't think they have much, is my inclination. Not that they can't top deck something, but like they still had 4 mana last turn. Karn, yeah. Let's see what they get. It was a good draw. Hopefully all their big guys are in their deck. Oh, Lattice. Thank God they don't have the mana to do that right here. At least I don't think so anyways. Question, like, let's see if I draw a land here. I hope I do. That is not a land. I have to gamble that I'm going to find a land here. Hopefully I do. No, I can counter this thing now. They're going to be able to plus this. I can knock it down back to, well, no, this has to, well, yeah, I have to counter it. I'm not crazy about it. I need some things to go right for me here. Like, I'm hoping that they're going to top deck Argenta Masticore or a Glaring Flesh Rake or something like that that I can kill. Let's see what they get. Nothing? Oh, they got mycosynthlatus. Sorry, guys. My opponent is obviously double queued here and taking inordinate amount of times in between plays. So please do double the speed if you're watching this, if you are not already. I personally am a 1.5 speed guy, but of course it's contextual who I'm watching, what the situation is. So they have a dead card in Lattice. I don't think I want a Wasteland. They have a lot of land already. Like, yes, they can cast a Masticore. Where I would get burned if it was a Worm Coil. I just have to hope they don't have that. Yeah. We'll do a pre-combat. Don't tell me they have a Dismember. Oh, they do. Oh, no. That's pretty bad for me, guys. All right. Well, that was my line. I did get burned. Okay. Not thrilled about this, but they are at 8 life. Weird tapping of their mana. I guess not really. this, remember? What is this? Oh, sure. Got a chance. If they draw with the top, it does kill them. Oh, okay. I like that draw too. Tomb is off now. All right. So a solid 4-2, guys. We ended up in 9th place. Very close to top 8. I'm shocked, but we only had 34 people, so means we were close, but a little bit heartbreaking, actually. Yeah. Yeah, my breakers were horrendous, 49%. All right, guys. So I felt like the list was pretty good today, but I don't really feel like stock up or flow state did anything today. Of course, it's been 6 rounds, and I could have gotten lost in the soup. Maybe they were okay in certain places, but I felt like they were irrelevant today. And really, I just was playing a worse version of blue-black control, Lurrus control. That's how it felt to me. And, I do like Lurrus control. I feel favored against Jewel and Raker. I think I lost twice to Rake or Jewel today. So, just some food for thought. I like the list. When I played my league the other night, my 5-0 league, Flow State was really good. Today it was not very good. Not that it was bad. It just really didn't come up. I was playing like very control-y type hands and didn't have the nuts where I was playing with lots of mocks and into stock ups on turn 1 or anything like that. Just kind of a weird tournament, but yeah, list felt okay. We went 4-2, and obviously that's nothing to balk at. Ended up in 9th place, and yeah, I guess we'll take it. I'm not sure if I'm going to shelve this idea here, but I would like to play with Flow State a little bit more and see what we can do with it. But yeah, guys, appreciate you hanging out. Please do like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time.